Hello and welcome to another episode of Worst Collection Ever. This is the show where we tell you about the worst comic book collection in existence. And it just happens to belong to us. I'm Jen.
And I'm Sean.
I don't even know what week it is. Quarantine week continued.
Were we counting the weeks?
I don't know. We're supposed to, I guess.
Wait.
Weeks.
Yeah? I don't know. Count them.
No, weeks.
It's over when it's over. That's what's going to happen.
Man, long time.
Yeah.
So here we are. I guess the biggest news for us to talk about today is that it was announced.
Well, real quick before we get into that, I just wanted to say thanks for bearing with us. We had to take a week to reset, but here we are. So we're going to get some episodes done for you in the can. So anyways, continue.
So the biggest news is that in April of next year?
Of 2021, yeah, I think so.
The Snyder Cut of the Justice League will be released on HBO Max.
What the fuck is HBO Max?
Right? What is HBO? Great question. What is HBO Max? Why is HBO Max?
For some reason, when I think of HBO Max, when somebody uses HBO Max, I think of PB Max.
What, like that old? Was that a candy?
It was like one of those square things. It was like one of those square candies.
Yeah.
You know those like Chunkies and whatever. And
it was like maximum peanut butter.
Yeah, that was just basically like a big peanut butter square. But and I
like peanut butter, but not that much.
Well, I don't know if it had nuts in it, so it was probably just basically just like a big peanut cluster with nuts and stuff, which I can get by that. Yeah, there was. I always also remember there was a kid in my school. He was a grade above me, but he was like one of those kids that was like a grade above you. He was older. But even though he was like a year older than you, he was just much more grizzled and angrier than you.
Oh yeah,
like those guys.
Yeah, constantly old child.
I don't know if he was. Well, if he was old. There was this kid, Mike Carey, who he did traumatize me once. Did I ever tell you the story?
I don't know.
About the kid, I was in this gym class, and I was like in 7th grade, so I look like a fucking twerp. With a minor mustache growing in. He bent over, and now mind you, Mike Carey looks like a fucking Norman Rockwell painting caricature kind of redhead motherfucker. And he bent over and just looked me in the face and says, "You're an ugly motherfucker."
You did not tell me that story.
Yeah.
But that's a very sad story.
It is a very sad story. And I think I'd like to think I'm doing better these days.
7th grade is hard on all of us.
7th grade was hard, yeah.
But
the reason why I think about that is because there was like Mike Carey being a guy.
Speaking of growing in mustaches, let me tell you my tale of woe as an Italian girl.
Mike Carey would be this guy that would be like, kid, I'd be on the bus like just constantly like punching and hitting people with things.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter who it is. Just like, swear, like just the hard fucks. Like one of those kids, like when you like what's his face, the bullies from Christmas Story.
Yeah,
just like kids are just like, hey man, fuck, just angry fuck, But I remember because he just would show up, just be pounding PB Maxes. I just remember him beating one time, and that brought up some bad memories for me.
I'm sorry.
So. Fuck you, HBO Max.
Yeah, fuck you, HBO Max.
Fuck you and your
giving Sean terrible flashbacks. Your
trauma-inducing and weird. Your trauma inducement and your weird infrastructure, because we don't know what the fuck is going. You can explain it to me no matter what, but I still don't know if it actually makes sense to me.
No, it doesn't make sense to me either. I don't understand what it is.
Because the idea behind it is that you're supposed to be able. I think the difference is there's one that is.
Mila, come here.
Available only be if you have like a cable subscription, and another one that isn't.
Okay.
But HBO Max is going to be like the one that you can. I think it's going to be for everybody. Like if you don't have a cable,
it's like a Disney Plus.
But it's going to be like a Disney Plus because it also is going to cover.
Well, they're going to have their own content.
They're going to have their own content, and it's going to have stuff from like obviously Cinemax.
It is?
I think so.
Why?
Because Cinemax and HBO are like in the same group.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're like that's how I used to know, because like if you back in the day, if you get HBO, you also get Cinemax.
Oh.
Cinemax was very important to me back in the day.
Well, yeah.
As I've detailed before.
It was quite a sleazy channel. It's after dark.
They've given it up.
They have. Well, I mean, porn on the internet.
I don't care.
I'm sure you could find Emmanuel and stream it.
No, I mean, there's other movies. It wasn't just,
all Emmanuel.
Yeah, so but it was that, and then like Showtime and the movie channel. The movie channel I always felt was like the one that was like left out.
I don't even remember the movie channel.
The movie channel was like, it was like the fourth tier, because in my mind it was like HBO, Showtime, Cinemax, and TMC, or the movie channel. That's like the order of quality. Even though
I always thought TMC was Turner Movie Classics, or
that's TCM.
Oh, it's the other way.
The movie channel.
Yeah, I see. Okay.
So yeah. But I don't even know if the movie channel's still around.
I don't ever remember it.
I know Showtime's still around. I know Cinemax is still around.
Yeah, because that was the thing. Whenever you got the premium channels, it was HBO, Showtime, and Cinemax. Those were the three.
But it's confusing because there's also going to be like airing like Doom Patrol season 2.
Yeah.
Or the next season. I think it's season 2 or season 3.
Yeah.
But that used to be on the DC Universe app.
Right,
so
which is why we got the DC Universe app.
Since these are all like Warner properties, I'm like, okay, so if I want to get HBO Max, can I also watch all these things that are on the DC Universe app on
this
there
is
too?
A very good question, and I have no answer to it.
It would make sense.
Yeah, I don't know how it works, and I'm very frustrated by that. Because I would like to, I'm assuming I'm going to watch the Snyder Cut, and I'm assuming I'm going to have an opinion on it, but I really don't want to buy a whole other streaming service just to watch it.
Well, there might be stuff, because it's the thing, HBO Max, the program, the service, starts in like next month.
I know, and they're going to have Legendary on it, which I kind of want to watch.
Legendary?
Yeah, it's like about the ballroom scene. It's like a ballroom competition.
Oh, okay.
Which I've seen previews for, and I'm like, oh, I want to watch it. But I don't know if I want to buy a whole ass streaming service just to watch it.
I mean, there might be a lot of stuff on there that might make sense to...
They've got a lot of like shows and stuff that they're putting on there
too. We'll see. I mean, as far as the Snyder Cut goes, so the idea behind it is Zack Snyder's original cut of the movie before Joss Whedon got his hands on it, in replacement of him after Zack's, I think it's his son, passed away, right?
Yeah, someone, I forget, but somebody in one of his children passed away. I don't remember.
So, but this cut is supposed to be like more cohesive and I guess just a better movie. I think people are going to be disappointed.
Yeah.
But the people that that are kind of skeptical, or that aren't people like us.
Yeah.
Like, I'm willing to give it the benefit of the doubt to watch it and see how it goes. And I have a feeling it probably won't make a difference. Because that movie is already, I mean, after having watched it recently again, it's a tough watch.
It is.
And
it's boring.
That's the problem. It's boring.
That was my biggest takeaway. And I was like, I don't remember it being this boring in the theater, but watching it again, I'm like, holy shit, this movie's boring.
So, I mean, we would assume, though, that there's other scenes and things in there that are
make it longer and more boring?
Make it longer and more boring, or is it more exciting? I don't know. We'll see. But I have a feeling it's going to probably be just more of the same.
I do, too. I mean, I think it's going to be one of those things. I mean, obviously, it's supposed to be longer, like really long, which sucks. It's probably going to be one of those things where it's like, I know I came away from Batman v Superman and watching the extended cut.
Right.
Thinking, why the fuck did they cut out these parts?
Because it makes sense.
Because it makes this movie make more sense.
I think
you shouldn't have cut it out for there's so many more things that could have been cut out of Batman v Superman, except these parts that were very necessary.
Well, I think the whole thing with the guy having
a lead-lined chair,
and like that's like a thing that happens in that cut that you are made privy to.
Right.
Whereas in the movie, when you see it as is, it's just like he explodes and fuck everybody. Because you sit there and you go, why couldn't Superman have noticed that or seen that?
Why didn't Superman see that bomb?
Yeah, or hear it. Or something. What happened? I mean, like, he still didn't see it or hear it, whatever, but at least you know why he didn't see it. Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, that gives me a little bit more to go on instead of Superman's just an idiot.
Yeah.
Because that's really what it is.
There's a lot of that. I feel like as great as Henry Cavill is as Superman, and just in terms of aesthetics, and he's a pretty good actor.
Yeah.
He holds. I think he holds. For that kind of film.
Sure.
I think he does a good job when he's just up there jawing it out with Ben Affleck as Batman. Like, I'm cool with it.
Sure.
But there's a lot of him being stupid.
Oh yeah.
I just feel like
this is a dumb Superman.
It's a dumb Superman, and we know. And I say Superman's not supposed to be dumb.
Not that dumb.
Not that dumb. He might be a little bit thick, but he's a smart alien motherfucker.
Right.
From at least from what the accounts are that you get when you read other.
Well, he's always doing science.
Yeah, he's a scientist.
Like when you look at like the this is pre-crisis obviously, but like those are always like he's doing the science, he's inventing shit, he's doing super mathematics, he's this really really smart guy. And I don't think all of that translated post-crisis, but he's not a moron.
No,
but then, Jesus Christ, in this movie he's just like duh.
a lot of him like
wind whistling through his head.
Yeah, it just feels very he feels very vapid.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make sense. So I don't see why how Snyder Cut's going to change any of this. Right. And change really anything that in this previous cut of the film that we've seen.
They're going to probably take out that dumb family at the end.
Do you think that was
I think that was a Whedon thing.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I don't need it.
No, we don't need it.
It made this movie longer.
We definitely needed something more. Like, I don't know if the Snyder Cut actually has like other characters in it.
That would be interesting.
That would be interesting if you add something in a sense.
I don't know why J.K. Simmons was so fucking ripped in this movie.
Well, he wasn't ripped for that movie. He was ripped for.
Something else?
I just found this out recently. He was ripped for. We saw it. Father Figures. Remember, it was the one with Ed Helms and Owen Wilson, and they had to like hang out with Terry Bradshaw.
Vaguely.
You don't remember? It was really bad. It's
Did I fall asleep?
Because their mom, I think it's Patricia Clarkson or whatever. Like they don't know who their dad is, but their dad could be like it's like Mamma Mia. So they have to go and like find like.
Oh, I don't remember this at all.
You don't remember this?
No.
There's a part where they're in a vet. Like somebody's a vet. And J.K. Simmons, like he's in this movie, but all you see, he's like a soldier of fortune, or he's like an army guy.
Okay.
And he spends like most of the time like in the scenes. He's just got like sleeveless shirts on. He's pretty jacked.
Oh, okay.
But you wouldn't know that. I just assumed it was like, well, it's just J.K. Simmons,
Right.
But I guess that's what apparently he was getting shredded for.
I'm just expecting it to be very, very, very long.
Very long. Yeah. If it's longer, then it's already at a disadvantage because that movie is a hard watch to experience as is.
Yeah, it's so.
And it's already like 2.5 hours or something like that. It's ridiculous. Anyways, I think we'll stop our preamble here then. Let's take a quick break and we'll come back with our book for this week.
Oh, hello there. Do you enjoy going to the movies, attending comic conventions and theme parks, or rocking out to your favorite band at a crowded concert? Lucky for you, in the midst of chaos, heroes emerge in the form of the Social Distance Warriors! So bunker down, relax, and get ready to dive into the world of music.
6 feet apart, please.
Movies and television.
6 feet apart, please.
Comics.
6 feet apart, please.
And all other forms of entertainment on the Social Distance Warrior podcast on the Rhino Network on socialdistancewarrior.com.
All right, we're back here in our worst collection ever with our book for this week. It is yet another selection from our pile of
quarantine
books,
comics.
The quarantine comics. We still have a lot left.
We do,
which is good.
Yeah,
because if we get through those books, and I don't know technically when the quarantine is supposed to end.
Well, I mean, stuff's opening up here. I don't know.
I don't really feel like it's. I'll tell you what. The first time I go to a live wrestling event, that's not fair.
Can't we just say the first time we go out to dinner?
We could technically do that. Not safely, though.
Oh, that's what I mean. Like, everything's safe. Everything, we can go have dinner and a movie.
To the movies.
To the movies.
To the movies.
To the movies.
Gotcha. Okay. Anyways.
Let's say that.
Yeah, I think that's fair. So, JLA Classified number 6 from June 2005. This is, I believe, a part of the JLI Justice League or whatever, the Giffen, DeMatteis, McGuire revival of sorts that came about in like the middle of around this time. I can't believe it's not the Justice League.
Yeah.
So on the cover here, as aforementioned, it says, I can't believe it's not the Justice League. And this issue, Booster Fries. And you have
Fries is spelled Fries.
because we have Booster Gold and Blue Beetle on behind a counter, apparently serving fast food to demons. Well, because all these demons are on the other side of this counter, and Booster Gold looks like he's about to like leave or whatever. Blue Beetle's grabbing him, and he's like, and they're dressed up, but like in this they got
like fast food uniforms.
Yeah. And Blue Beetle's like, oh no, you don't. I'm on break now.
Yeah,
they actually look like Harlem Heat do-rags.
Oh yeah,
but they got little like horns on them, and so they're working for Beelzeburger,
Yep.
where everything is charbroiled.
Jokes,
and of course this is Kevin McGuire's art. Kevin McGuire, one of the more unique artists that he's just very distinctive style, so distinctive, like you can immediately
tell it's him.
Like he's like a McFarlane or Bart Sears or Bill Sienkiewicz. He's very good with drawing faces and expressions and stuff like that. And I did ask him that. I once I was at a panel and I asked him that. So
the same guy who drew the Hulk wedding issue?
No, that was Gary Frank.
You asked him about that issue.
It was Jeff Johns was running a panel for Gary Frank, who did draw the Hulk when Peter David was writing it, at least for a part of it. He did the wedding, the Marlowe, or the Rick Jones and Marlowe wedding issue that we've done on this show.
Yeah.
So anyways, we start off with, I believe this is Max Lord. We got Max, we've got
Power Girl,
we got Sue Dibney, and we also have Robots, we have Skeets, and we have Elron. And something happened where I don't know if this is actually, no, this is an artifact she's holding. That's not Skeets.
Yeah. So apparently in the last issue, Booster Gold was holding this artifact, and then he was gone with a whole bunch of other people.
Well, what happened was they went to Dr. Fate's house.
Oh yeah.
Because they keep referencing how they're in Dr. Fate, like in the tower or whatever, and Booster Gold, being
he's an idiot.
The doofus that he is, accidentally activated this gimmick in the I might blanking on his tower, what the tower is called, but
the Tower of Fate.
Tower of Fate.
It's in Salem.
Yes.
I forget what it's called.
Yeah, it ends up having to get in. He gets in there and they activate this thing and they go to hell.
Yeah.
Like actual hell. So it's like Booster, Beetle, Fire, and Elongated Man.
Max Lord is like, I don't even know if I believe in hell, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, no, hell, think of it as like a different dimension. And then Sue's phone, is it Sue?
Who's calling from hell?
Well, no, Sue's phone rings, right? Is it Sue Dibney?
Yeah.
Okay, so her phone rings and it's Fire.
Oh, that's right. She calls.
And Maxwell Lord's like, how does she even get service from a different dimension? What the fuck? There's a lot of that going on as little like haha jokes. But apparently they are in hell. They need to try to figure out how to get all the people who have been sent to hell out of hell. So that is their job. And then when we have a lot of that going on. Of course, Guy Gardner shows up.
And
he's such a dick.
Thankfully, he doesn't have his weird hair.
No, but he has pretty weird hair. Like they tried to draw, because he's got that like bowl cut and it's like shaved.
Yeah.
And when it looks like they tried to draw like his head's been shaved, it looks like bad hobo stubble.
Yeah. It's not a good look.
Yeah.
I guess it's something to do with the monkey's paw analogy, where
it's just be careful what you wish for.
Careful what you wish for.
Yeah.
So I think idea is that Booster and whoever was there at the time were fucking around, and Booster must have said something like, "Why don't we all go to hell?"
Well, what he did is we'll find this out later.
Oh, okay.
So we can talk about it when we get there.
Yeah, apparently Guy was dead, but everybody's like, but apparently he isn't. But he's there just to give Kara shit and stuff like that. Also, I do, for some reason, Sue Dibney answers her phone, yo.
Yeah.
like she's fucking Alf.
Yeah.
Like, go.
Pretty much.
I'm like, all right. We're trying to figure out, like, get some spiritual experts. And Elron, who's the little robot, starts talking about how much he loves touched by an angel.
Yeah, he like watches classic TV. He's also talking about like he watches Lucy and All in the Family. Like there's a bunch of that like prior to this moment.
See, this is the thing. I understand that this is supposed to be funny.
Jokes.
It just feels like
It's a bit much.
a lot of like if people were there's people could be like, oh, you should make like the Justice League out of like this version, Justice League movie out of this version. It's like, yeah, it would just be like a mumblecore movie. It would just be
because there's a lot of people talking over each other. Because like Maxwell Lord really can't get over the fact that she still has a service, and he's like, well, maybe I'll call Verizon. Well, maybe I'll call this, and you're like, yeah, okay, we get it. I do appreciate the snappiness, though. I don't appreciate everybody talking over each other. I don't appreciate, beating stuff into the ground, but I do appreciate,
Yeah, that I do appreciate. Yeah, I do
Snappy.
appreciate that, but it's just something about it kind of just doesn't jive with me
yeah,
as it goes along. So now we cut to hell. Oh, Mary Marvel's there too.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
So she's there, but she's not in her Mary Marvel form.
No. So they're all in hell, and this is where we find out that what happened was Booster Gold found that little artifact, and he picked it up, and he was pretending to be a cool super villain, and he wished everybody to hell, and that's how they all got there. And so once Fire finds that out, she like loses her shit and like melts down, becomes fire, and melts her cell phone.
And melts off all of her clothes, which I think she normally does.
And everybody calls Booster an idiot because he is. He's a complete fucking moron in this book. And then Etrigan shows up.
Yeah.
And that's why I was like, at first when I read this, I was like, this is from our quarantine comics? Because I feel like it's something you would have gone out of your way to find because it has Etrigan in it.
But I wouldn't know Etrigan would be in this. Because the cover doesn't tell me anything. I would just gloss this over.
Well, usually you like research that shit and you have like a list.
Yeah, I do. But there's also, I don't know. I have a list of like, I don't think I have a master list for Etrigan. I have a master list for like Eclipso.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's what it is.
If Eclipso is showing up in something, I'm usually hunting it down. But I haven't really been as active in completing that.
Right.
Although I am happy to see Etrigan at some places.
Yeah, no, this is good.
Because Etrigan, being a demon,
yes,
is in hell. He's there speaking in his weird...
His rhyming way.
And sometimes I really appreciate it. And sometimes I'm just like, oh, right. Could we just... Whatever.
Yeah, there was a little bit of skipping over here for me when he started talking. But so that's when Mary Marvel's like... She tries to Shazam and realizes that she can't Shazam in hell. And so Fire, like... calms down. She's like, hey, Elastic Man, or whoever the fuck you are.
Elongated Man.
I need he's wearing like a lab coat.
Yeah, I don't know why he's wearing
She's like, I need your lab coat. He's like, why? And she's like, because I am naked. And so...
I mean, maybe she just wasn't wearing her costume at the time.
Maybe she was just in like jeans when we saw her earlier.
Yeah, she's in regular civilian clothes.
So maybe that's what happened. She just like burned that shit down.
Yeah.
So they're all in hell, and that's pretty much it. And then don't we cut back to what happens here? Because I know we cut back to Power Girl and the gang at some point.
Well, we spent some...
Oh yeah, they're like, oh, we can fight our way out, and Etrigan's like, well, maybe not, because there's like all these demons.
Big swath of demon people.
Yes.
Demon dudes.
Demons.
And now we go back. Kara's trying to use this gimmick. This thing that Booster used, trying to bring them back, and it's not working. Guy's making jokes about how butch she is. Yeah,
because like Power Girl's trying to like figure out how to get them back, and she can't, whatever. And then Guy's being just a fucking dick, and he grabs the artifact. Apparently, there's some sort of history between these two.
I feel like there's history between everybody in this group,
and I was
Guy.
like, okay, well, Guy's just such a dick.
Yeah.
And so he eventually takes the artifact. And doesn't he say like Shazam? It's like on the next page. Because it's just people arguing here for like a page.
Yeah, what does he say?
Until Guy grabs the artifact, which is really what the important part. Yeah, he says Shazam, and that's him and Power Girl get wished to hell. So now they're in hell.
It looks like he's in this one panel. It looks like he's taking a shit or jerking off or something.
I think he's doing both.
It's Kevin McGuire's art is just so distinctive. So it's like, that somebody's doing something, but it just looks so like animated and silly. Mm-hmm. It just you're you could be attracted to it.
I can see Guy Gardner being the type of guy who would really love a Blumpkin.
Yeah, I feel like he's Blumpkin pro Blumps.
Yeah, I think he's probably like the only person who's ever like, let's try it because everybody else is horrified.
He's definitely made a toilet out of the ring.
Oh, 100%.
He's definitely created a toilet.
You know, and it's probably during a battle. He's like, you know what? And he like ties people up with his ring and makes a toilet, takes a shit in it, and then like makes it fall on somebody.
Just imagine like it was Guy doing it. It's like I'm taking a big dump in my
construct toilet.
I have the will to take a big shit. There is a line here from Guy who's he throws some shade at Hal because Hal at this time is the Spectre.
That's right. I forgot about that.
How is it though that Power Girl gets sucked into this though? Because like she's she's standing by him.
I think he must have wished it because that's how everybody else got sucked into it. But I don't know. So now they're in hell and she's like, what the fuck? And he's like, oh, stop repeating yourself, blah, blah, blah. So she's going to go punch him in the face.
Yeah.
Because he sucks. And he like blasts her backward with his ring.
This is gross. He's like, man, you're starting to foam at the mouth, sweet cakes. How? Let me try to lick this off you.
Oh, yeah,
it's
it's gross.
Panel of him pointing to his tongue. She's about to fucking waste him. And then, obviously we get to the next page. I just want to point out, I don't like this ad.
Yeah, no,
DS.
it's very upsetting.
It's a for Super Mario 64 DS.
Yeah, it's a DS and it's like you can touch it with your finger, like the screen. It says touch is good, but like it's a hand pointing their finger straight up, but the tip of their finger is one of those fly trap.
The fly trap flowers.
It's
from the Mario.
I know, it's upsetting.
I'm trying to think what those are called.
They have a name I can't remember. Yeah. They're fly traps.
Yeah, but this is where he knocks her forward.
Yeah, so he zaps her with his ring and he's like, "Hey, don't fucking talk to me again. Like, unless you're gonna fucking kiss me, like." Back off. And is that understood? And he's just like, and she's like, yeah, whatever for now, which I was kind of disappointed by. I wanted her to kick his ass.
Apparently Guy's ring works in hell for them to track because he tracks them.
Sure.
Somehow. I don't know how that works, but apparently that happens to be a thing in that mode.
Guy's ring like picks something up.
Well, also we get a Lord of the Rings reference too.
Right.
So I guess we are in the right timelines.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, between all this stuff going on,
Etrigan has like other demon friends he talks to.
Yeah, like he somehow like he brings the group to a big belly burger in hell.
Yeah, I guess their punishment is to like work at this place.
Yeah, they have to work.
Maybe Etrigan's a franchise owner. I don't know.
Maybe he is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if he owns any Tim Hortons, because I would love a Tim Hortons owned by a hell demon.
Sure, why not?
It's just a lot of like bickering in between. A
little bit too much.
A little bit too much bickering here, and they get walked into this room where there's just a ton of. I don't know if these are all just cooked burgers, or if
you have to like eat all of them before they spoil, and it looks like Scrooge McDuck's like money bin.
Man, look, man, if the burgers are good, you know,
could you eat all those though?
I mean, if
you have to eat them in 2 minutes.
In 2 minutes?
Yeah, he says like they start spoiling in like 2 minutes or something.
Wait, what happens? Oh, yeah, what happens after 2 minutes? Yeah, served in 2 minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
So, well, I guess...
I mean, it is hell.
Why do you have to have so many... Well, I guess there's a lot of people in hell. I was trying to think of the logistics of like, well, you don't need that many burgers. But well, there's a lot of people in hell.
We're all in hell now.
I mean... Yeah, so if I want to get my burgers, you know, if I got to go somewhere in hell, I guess I go here.
Yeah.
We get Mary Marvel working the counter and just trying to take orders from demons and zombies.
Yeah.
And this is where I
do like the line of people that Ice is standing in, where it's like one guy's holding his own decapitated head, one guy's got an arrow through his skull, one guy's got like a noose around his neck, some guy has a bullet hole in his head, I think.
Well, this guy
I don't know what's wrong with that guy.
You got his tire marks.
Oh, his tire mark. He got run over.
His tire marks on him.
Isn't there just like anybody who just died and went to hell? I don't know.
No, I guess not. I guess all these people, like there's this guy here who looks like his head got, the top of his head exploded.
Yeah,
like
he's got no top of his head.
Like he ate some warheads.
Yeah.
Remember warheads?
Yeah, they're still a thing.
They're still a thing. So one guy looks like Dr. Phil.
Dr. Phil hung himself. He's got a noose around his
Dr.
neck.
Phil couldn't take it. But this is also this.
He was like, I made up a really ridiculous statistic about swimming pools, and then he ended it all.
I just like this random dude with an arrow through his head.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
It's just like he was standing around somewhere because he's just like a regular dude wearing a polo, just like he was like at like an archery competition.
Yeah.
You know, and he just got an arrow stuck through his head.
Yep.
Fire sees her in line because Ice, you know, I think it's obviously at this point was killed. Mm-hmm. That's where it's at. We end up there, and I don't know what's happening next, but that's what's going to happen. They're going to still be in hell. We're still going to have some snappy remanders. I don't want to read the next issue of this, though.
See, I wouldn't mind reading the next issue. It's one of those where it's stupid enough and it's got enough jokes in it, maybe a little bit too much, that it keeps my attention. So I'd give the next issue a shot.
Yeah, I'm surprised that I'm not as excited for this as I normally would be because I don't dislike.
It's got Etrigan in it.
Well, it's got Etrigan in it, but also I don't dislike the Giffen DeMatteis stuff. You know, I think it's perfectly good stories and it's fun
Perfectly
stuff.
cromulent story.
Perfectly cromulent stories, but I just don't feel it. But
yeah.
That's fine. You know, I guess, there'll be others that I'll enjoy. But that's it for the JLA Classified number 6 from June 2005. And that's going to wrap it up for this week's show. Thanks for listening. You can find myself on Twitter and Instagram at Angry Hero Sean.
And I'm at Jen Stansfield on Twitter and Instagram. You can find the show on Facebook at Worst Collection Ever and email the show at worstcollectionever@gmail.com.
And please rate, review, subscribe on Apple Podcasts or anywhere you get the show, and tell your friends. I would really appreciate if you did that, and I know Jen would as well, because that's how you spread the news about this program. Mm-hmm. So once again, folks, thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Bye.